Hey there, Silence Insurance community. It is your host Guijo, and I am back for the holidays after finals. Those are finally over, so as you can see, Germany won the poll in the Discord for which guide I should create first, so that's what I'm going to do. In this guide, I will be covering tiers 1 through 5, biplanes to jets, teamwork tactics, what not to do, what to do, in your German fighters, energy fighting, disengagement tactics, engagement tactics, in order to keep yourself alive in-game and secure more kills in the long run, and earn you more money and experience. So, without further ado, let's get this guide started. Looking through the German tech tree, you got obviously the 5 tiers, soon to be 6 when it drops in hopefully a few more days. So starting from the top, we have, fighters, heavy fighters, attackers, bombers, and then premium vehicles over here. So as far as Germans are concerned, bombers shouldn't really be something you should concern yourself with, because unless you want to get these down here, and this one's a lot of fun. Anyway, if you want bombers, you should probably go to America because they can carry the most impressive bomb load, or Russians because, their bombers are pretty fast. But if you're looking for, I guess, a middle ground with, like I said, these down here, these are a good choice. Everything before this, like the Heinkel 111s, FW200, those aren't really that great. You'll just probably end up getting yourself killed a lot. As far as their dive bombers and ground attackers are concerned, Ju-87s are a lot of fun. The D5 especially, with the machine gun and cannon pod mountings that you can get at tier 3 and 4, I believe, in the modifications tree of that plane. The Ju-87Gs, they're meme planes. You can use those for ground attacking or against air, but like I said, they're pretty slow. All the Ju-87s are pretty slow. If you want to use the Mighty Duck, it's not that great unless you're looking for law factor. Me-410s are alright. These are good for mixed battles. These I'm not sure because I haven't bought these yet, as you can see. The Narwhal Me-262 is, from what I've seen, it's a good plane. Alright, moving on to heavy fighters. At tier 1, you're better off using, these over here. But if you do insist on wanting, that extra firepower, durability, you can use these. But if you're really looking for heavy fighters, that's when you should probably look at tier 2 when it's, you know, you get the BF-110 C, F, and G. The C has a lot of machine guns but a lot of ammo, so you won't really run out of ammo on those. But it is kinda sluggish, I will admit. It's a lot of fun to fly, especially if you can pounce people. The F model I don't have too much experience with, but the G model with the 20mm cannons and the 30mm cannons, oh man, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. That's all I gotta say about it. Moving down to the Do 217Ns, and you know, night is what I would assume it's for. It's got the radar masts or sticks or whatever you want to call them. They're night fighters. They have impressive armament, but there are bricks. Do not use them if you're looking for maneuverability. ME410s. These I like the U2 I like the U2 mods. Sorry, I couldn't speak right there. The A1 and B1. If you're looking for bombs, but like I said, Germany isn't really what you should be looking for if you're looking to bomb things. The B6R3. Oh, that's a fun plane. I have had many fun games in this. It's good for ground pounding in mixed battles with tanks and planes. It's good for bomber killing. It doesn't carry bombs though, as you can see it's got one armament preset. Do 335. Meh. Horton 229. That's fun plane. Very maneuverable. Bleeds its speed very fast though in a turn. Can rip its wings pretty easily in a turn as well. But the HVAP on the 30mm cannons that you can get right here, those can end games for ground pounding very quickly if you're not killed in time. Alright, moving over to the fighters. As far as tier 1 is concerned, I mean, you're kinda stuck with these until you can, you know, push up through the trees here. And the Heinkel 112s are basically what you want to be using with the, because you know they get cannons, which are really good at tier 1, especially the A0 1.7 with the MGC 30. I don't know if it is as good as the MG 151, but this plane used to have an MG 151 which could shred any plane at its battle rating and above actually. And the B0 is basically the armament of a BF-109 E3 or 4, just 0.7 and 1.0 battle ratings lower. MC202, a lot of fun. Very maneuverable. The guns are lackluster, but you can make them work. Now, moving down the trees, you know, getting into tiers 3, 4, and 2. I don't know why I didn't say 2 first. You're going to want to go down mostly the BF-109s, and I say that because they're a lot more forgiving, noob friendly. They're faster than the 190s. I do have to say though that they do have a heating problem. If you wet for too long, your engine and oil, water, whatever it uses, I don't remember off the top of my head, it will overheat. And that's a constant from the B1 all the way down to the K4. It's just something that happens with the BF-109s. I don't know why. I don't know if it was like that in real life either. But if you're looking for something with a little bit more punch and durability, but less maneuverability, and probably overall top speed and level flight, you can go for the 190s. The Focke-Wulf 190s carry, like, right here. Okay, nope. Right here, you know, you got 4 cannons at 4.7, you got 4 cannons at 4.3, you got 2 cannons and 4 machine guns at 3.3. This one, the A1, you're probably better off using the 109s. Because, you know, those 4 machine guns, granted, they can do a lot of work on their own. It takes them longer to do that work. As, you know, you could just get the cannons on the BF-109s. The F2s, I don't know, I don't really have much experience with these planes. I do think they get cannon pods, but just about every BF-109 except the F4 Trop. Oh no, it gets gun pods too now. All the BF-109s, excluding the E models, get gun pods, which slow down your plane but add a lot more extra firepower. And going back to the 190s, you know, once you get past the D9, you can reach the D12. That one's more for bomber killing. I mean, the D models are high altitude interceptors like its friend over here in the premium tech tree. The Tal 152 is basically an upgraded Focke-Wulf 190D in terms of engine performance and altitude performance. The C3 is basically the H1 but with more guns. And finally moving on into tier 5. Alright, so your first point of contact, if you go down these lines, don't get this. Just don't get it. Look at it. Look at it. It's disgusting. Just don't. Don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. Trust me. It's bad. But if you really want the MiG-15 bis, you can grind through the Heinkel 162 and buy it. Don't train a crew. Just buy it and keep moving. Just don't even bother with the 162. It's garbage. And if you go down the 109 tech tree, or 109 line, my bad, your first point of contact will be the MA163B, which for me has been a load of fun over the years. I got it when it was still ranked 18 in the 1 through 20 ranking system back in, 2014-15. I don't know exactly when they changed the rating system to 5 ratings. I'm not too sure, but yes, I have played this thing a lot. I'm not gonna get this camouflage for it. But as you can see, I have the bicolor gray, which means I've gotten over 450 kills. But due to realistic battles, that multiplies it by 3. But I'm pretty sure I've gotten just about that many anyway. And then you'll be faced with the 262 line, and then finally the Canadair Sabre. The Canadair Sabre used to be the fastest jet in a straight line, but that got taken over by the Hunter, and I think this one. Yeah, I believe this one is also faster in a straight line. It's got 6 M350 cals, which can shred just about anything at any battle rating. But you won't really have to worry about anything lower than 8.0 because, the whole 1.0 battle rating spread. The only thing I have to say about 9.0 Germans is you will be facing a lot of MiG-17s, a lot of F2 Sabres, and a lot of Hunters, which are faster than you and can outperform you, so you're kind of like the underdog. But I believe that sums up the tech tree, and I'm not going to go into premium planes. You can do that on your own time. I'm not going to do that. Alright, anyway, let's move on to something else. As far as tier 1 planes are concerned, you're better off playing an arcade, as realistic battles are just far too slow, and you'll be able to earn more experience faster in arcade anyway. At tier 2, you can start expecting reasonable queue times and match lengths, usually less than a minute for queue times, and about less than 15 minutes for match times, although it can vary. I wouldn't recommend bringing early tier 2 planes into realistic battles due to their limited performance and firepower, but you can start bringing mid-tier 2 planes such as the B-109 E3 or E4, the A1, 190, or the Ju-87 D5, assuming that you've gone down that line. These are decent planes to start playing realistic battles with due to their smaller size, faster speed, and firepower for the battle rating that you're getting. And once you have a few matches under your belt and are comfortable with those planes, you can start experimenting with heavier planes such as the BF-110 series, or if you really feel the desire to, you can go down the bombers, although as I've said, I wouldn't really recommend messing with German bombers too much. Tier 3 Germans is the second smallest tier in terms of the amount of planes in that tier, second only to tier 5. While this is true, I would say that it has the largest battle rating to performance ratio. By that I mean it ranges from battle ratings 3.0 to 5.0. So bottom battle rating tier 3 planes at 3.0 can meet mid-tier or mid-battle rating tier 3 planes at 4.0. While mid to high battle rating tier 3 planes at 5.3 and 6.0 can meet mid to high tier 4 planes at 5.3 and 6.0 respectively. However, the BF-109s at this tier start to get faster, have a higher climb rate, and then other planes of other nations battle rating for battle rating, and can mount gun pods under their wings for a small maneuverability deficit. This is also where more Focke 190s and heavy fighters come into play, where they have a higher punch and can take more punishment as well. This is also where faster bombers like the Dotu 17E series come into play with the E2 and E4, and can carry upwards of 4,000 kilograms of bombs, which are really nice for base bombing and getting out of dodge as fast as possible. Tier 4 Germans are largely similar to Tier 3, with the only major differences between the 109s and 190s of this tier over Tier 3 are performance, mostly at high altitudes. At this point, it's really up to the player whether or not they want to fly the 190 or the 109. Do you like the extra mass of the 190, or do you like the extra maneuverability of the 109? It's really up to you. Also, this is where the two TA-152 variants come into play, both of which get air spawn, which is, if you like that, then that'll fit you perfectly. But if you're looking for raw power, the C3 is right for you. Also, if you really want a heavy bomber, you can also get that with the Heinkel 177A5, which can carry the Fritz X bombs, which are smart bombs, which are pretty neat also. Tier 5 is when you finally reach the coveted Jet H, the thing that you've been grinding this whole time for. Now I'm going to be breaking this section up into two parts because the metas between 6.7 and 7.7 to 8.0 and 9.0 are vastly different. The lower BR jets such as friction jets like the ME-262 and Meteor can still fight props in their matches. If this is the case, side climb at about 15 degrees to a desirable altitude and then engage targets as you can. Now if you get up tier to something like 7.7 and a 6.7 or 8.0 and a 7.0 jet, well then may God have mercy on your soul, because there's not much you can really do at that point. I'm sorry, it's true. .8 to 9.0 jets will only have two playstyles. Either you can fly really low and fast in order to reach the enemy team before they, let's say, have time to climb or get an advantage over your team somehow, or you can speed up to about 450 to 550 miles per hour and zoom climb up to about 12 to 15,000 feet. Now with the relatively small size of the maps compared to the speed at which these planes can fly, it usually just leads to nasty low altitude brawls with teams just trading blows with each other like you're seeing in the background footage here. Now the Sabre and the MiG-15 BIS are both really good aircraft, but it really just comes down to your personal playstyle, and by this time of the game at 9.0 you should have enough knowledge of in-game mechanics to facilitate your own playstyle how you so choose. And now I'm going to be covering, basic evasion tactics. Now as you can see, there's a plane down there. I spot him, I start my dive. Things don't exactly go as planned as you're about to see here. It's an F4U7, I watch my pass, keep going. Look up at the mini-map, look over. Right now, holy crap, huge ground alert moment, half the team's following me. Now I'm on the defensive. What do I do? First of all, I try and break contact as quickly as possible. I see that's not working, so I just start throwing my plane in all kinds of directions, trying to, shake the enemy off my tail. And here comes my team to the rescue. Hopefully, they do shoot him down in time, but, way longer than I would like for them to. I eventually get him off my tail at some point, so that's nice. Yeah, always try to have some friends around you. It's not, if you don't feel in control of a situation, I wouldn't recommend putting yourself in that kind of predicament. As you can see here, I get the normal, little spot of revenge. The server hangs right there, I don't know why. But, as you can see, this enemy plane is still on my tail. The Tempest is still on me, really trying to get me, but, my teammates come to the rescue. Once again, utilizing my teammates to my advantage, and I throw in a little something in chat for them. But my plane's pretty beat up. I'm trying to, help out my teammates, try and return the favor. see what I can do for them. As you can see, I'm engaging this F-47, open fire on him, you know, get a few hits, potentially take him down. Look around one last time, you know, make sure my 6 is clear, and I disengage and leave the area. Climate 15 or 20 degrees. Be sure to spot your enemies before the nameplate shows up to secure an advantage. Be sure to use teamwork to lessen the enemy's chances of an escape. As you can see, I spotted what you will soon see is a wyvern, and me and my squad mate, he's a random by the way, me and him will pounce this wyvern together in order for him to not get away back to his base to rearm and bomb another one of our bases. See, he takes the pass, misses, I take the pass, and I miss, so we both move back around, but he unfortunately gets the kill. But either way, a kill's a kill, and a victory's still a victory regardless. Be sure to use your greater altitude to secure an energy advantage over your opponent, and hopefully catch them if they try to run away. As you'll see here, well, these are bots, but the principle still applies to players, AI, tanks, giraffes, dolphins, you know, whatever it is you're trying to kill. Be sure to use your extra inertia and energy to catch up to the enemies so that you can kill them and have them not get away. And earn you more points and money, because everyone loves points and money. Now, referring to the clip you just saw, don't attack the enemy airfield unless you are sure that you can do it. Now, I sit here and eyeball this Tempest for a little bit, make sure the coast is clear, try and secure the shortest route. But just a general rule of thumb, don't attack the enemy airfield. You will die 90% of the time, like you saw in this clip, and you're about to see right now, because I hate myself and I like living my own misery. And just don't do it, please, for more than that, don't do it. You're not helping your team by doing this. This is personally one of my things. Don't ground pound in a fighter. Leave that to the ground attackers, or fly out an attacker yourself, because you never know when a fighter might pounce on you and get you when you're at low altitude. Or, you know, someone else could sneak up on you, or a teammate could be shooting at the same thing, you fly through their bullets, you get team killed, they bitch. It's this whole thing. Just don't ground pound if you're in a fighter. It annoys the whole team, it doesn't do anything to secure victory. Just don't do it. If you're going to attack a bomber, either bait a head-on with the bomber or come in from above and, you know, just straight above them. Don't sit on the rear end of a bomber, especially American bombers, as 50 calibers are really deadly, and I am extremely lucky that I didn't get killed here. I could have very easily been set on fire, pilot snipers, any other myriad of things. Just don't do it. Also, don't tunnel vision. As you can see, I go after this Wellington right here. I secure the kill. I see the Spitfire turn down, go around me. But I keep continuing. See, there he is going behind me. I still keep going. I don't disengage. Because, you know, I see another bomber and I'm like, ooh, tasty, delicious bomber. And there's the Spitfire on my butt shooting me. Here he goes, taking me down. I could have easily disengaged and stayed alive. But no, I decided to tunnel vision and I paid the price for it. Don't tunnel vision. And I will leave you guys with one more tad bit of information. Don't waste ammo. Reckless shooting can cause team killing. It can, you know, just waste your ammo. Let's say you waste ammo like I'm doing, you know, firing hundreds and hundreds of rounds at one single target. You never know if another target could come into picture, or if you get baited into a head-on and you run out of ammo. That has happened to me. I do secure the kill here, but you see, enemy or friendly plane flies right in front of me. If I was still firing, I could have killed him and got a huge fine. Don't waste ammo. Ammo is expensive. Don't do it. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the guide. I hope you guys learned something. And with that, America's next, since it got the second most votes in the Discord poll, so I'll start working on that as soon as possible. I'll try and get this video up as soon as possible too and share it with you guys. Hopefully you guys learned something. I certainly enjoyed making this. I hope I'm going to enjoy making the American one too. I hope you guys will stomp all the enemies of Germany using this guide and the things you might have learned from this. If you didn't learn anything, I appreciate you sticking around to the very end of the video. But with that, I bid you guys farewell.